Answer is B. Number 2. Answer should be A. Number 3. The answer on this one is A. Number 4. The answer on that one should be D. Pick a number from 1 to 20. The winning numbers are 3, 6, 9, 10, 13. Bring your homework up. Show me what you have. 5 out of 11. 45%. Here are the answers. 1 is 3 square root of 2 over 2. 2 is 2 square root of 2. And 3 is 4 square root of 3. 4 is 2 square root of 6. 5 is 5 square root of 2 over 2. And 6 is 4 square root of 2. 7 is square root of 3 over 5. 8 is square root of 6 over 7. 9 is 5 square root of 2 over 6. Ten is 4 square root of 10 over 15. 11 is 5 square root of 3 over 21. 12 is 2 square root of 2 over 5. To simplify radical numbers, you have a test tomorrow. The new folks can take it, but it won't count against them. Example 1. Since we have a square root on the bottom, we have to multiply the top and the bottom by that square root. So that's going to be square root of 5 over square root of 5. That doesn't change anything because it's 1, but it gives us a different look. So 3 square root of 10 on the top, that comes from square root of 2 times square root of 5 to get square root of 10. And then on the bottom, you're going to have 4 times 5. This times itself is simply 5. Now, on the bottom, you'll have 20, and there's nothing else you can do to it because square root of 10 cannot simplify, and 3 over 20 cannot simplify. That's your final answer. Example 2. You have square root of 12 over square root of 20 in your problem. You can treat that like a fraction. Square root of 12 over square root of 20, you can simplify that. Actually, you can simplify 2 over 4 to start with and get a 2 on the bottom. 1 over 2, you don't have to write the 1 on the top. But square root of 12 over square root of 20 can be reduced just like fractions. 4 goes into 12 3 times. And 4 goes into 20 5 times. So we can reduce that 12 over 20 as a fraction unto itself, as long as both numbers are under square root signs. Now it's a little easier to work the problem to do top and bottom by the square root of 5. So that would give you square root of 15 over 2 times 5, which simplifies to square root of 15 over 10. For this problem, you can use the shortcut. Square root of 6 over square root of 3 simplifies down to square root of 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. You're finished. We're going to do this problem without the shortcut, and when you do it, you come up with square root of 3 over square root of 3 multiplied against the original problem to get 2 square root of 18 over 5 times 3. So that's 2 square root of 18 over 15. The 18 breaks up as 9 and 2. And you'll come up with 2 times 3 square root of 2 over 15, which is 6 square root of 2 over 15, but that can be reduced down to 2 square root of 2 over 5. On this problem, you have to multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 3 to get 4 square root of 24 over 3 times 3. That second 3 comes from there. So that's 4 square root of 24 over 9. The 4 breaks up as 4 and 6. So you'll have 4 square root of, or not square root of 2, but just 2. And then all of that over 9. 8 square root of 6 over 9 is the answer. Time for the mid-class quiz, A, B, C, or D. The answer on this one should be A, because the 8 breaks up as 4 and 2. So that's 4 times 2, square root of 2. This becomes an 8. Number 2. This one, you'll have the 24 breaking up as 4 and 6, so that's 10 times 2, square root of 6. This becomes a 20, therefore your answer is C. Number 3. On this one, the 40 will break up as 4 and 10. So it's going to be 12 times 2, square root of 10. This will give you a 24, square root of 10. So the answer is B. Number 4. The 48 breaks up as 16 and 3. So that's 16 times 4, square root of 3. This will give you a 64. So C is the answer. Here is example number 3. This one does not have a square root on the top. So you have 2 options, and we'll go through both of them. One is to multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 8 and come up with 4 square root of 8 over 5 times 8. And that would be 4 square root of 8 over 40. Now that 4 over 40 you can reduce and make that 1 over 10, and then proceed from there and break up the top as 4 and 2 to come up with a 2 square root of 2 over 10, and the 2 over 10 would cancel out to 1 over 5. I said 5 and wrote it, but I need to have a 2 there. That's the problem. That would be square root of 2 over 5. That's one way of getting the answer. Another way of doing that same problem is simplifying on the bottom first. Break up that 8 as 4 and 2. And that would be 5 times 2 square root of 2, which would be 4 over 10 square root of 2. Now you could simplify. Alright, you can simplify the 4 over 10 and come up with 2 over 5 square root of 2. And then multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 2. And come up with 2 square root of 2 over 5 times 2 on the bottom. And then that would be 2 square root of 2 over 10, which cancels down to square root of 2 over 5. So you can decide which you want to do on your own. You can reduce first and then work the problem, or just work it out and save everything for the end to simplify and reduce. Here's example 4. This one you just have to multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 2. and come up with 2 square root of 2 over 7 times 2. So that's 2 square root of 2 over 14, and of course your 2 and 14 can cancel to 1 over 7. So square root of 2 over 7 would be the final answer. For this problem, multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 6 to come up with 10 square root of 6 over 4, and then we can skip a step here. What do I get when I get that? 6, yeah, so 6 times 4 is 24. So we'll go ahead and put that down. And now 10 over 24 can be cut down by 2's to get 5 square root of 6 over 12. Here's another way of doing this. Let's simplify the 10 over 4 first to get 5 over 2 square root of 6, and then multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 6 to get 5 square root of 6 over 2 times 6, which on the bottom would give you 12, and you're finished. Try this one, bring it up. Multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 3 to come up with 12 square root of 3 over 3 times 3. And on the bottom that would be 9. 3 goes into both 12 and 9 to come up with 4 square root of 3 over 3. This one you can reduce. You have a 6 over 8 for your square roots. You can cut those in half to get 3 and then 4. Look what happens when you have a square root of 4 on the bottom. It becomes 2. There's no need to multiply the top and the bottom by that. It's a perfect square. So 4 square root of 3 over 18 just needs to be reduced to 2 square root of 3 over 9. End of class quiz, A, B, C, or D. Answer on that one should be D. The answer should be C. Homework assignment. Do these for tonight, and we'll check them tomorrow before the test.